Remember Axl Rose, the wild heart of Guns N' Roses, the man who once ruled stadiums, riots, and rock itself. Then he vanished. No concerts, no interviews, just silence behind the gates of his $5 million Malibu mansion. Fans thought the legend was gone forever, but in 2025, at 63, he walked back under the lights, transformed, calmer, and almost unrecognizable. What happened in those missing years? What broke the man who could break the world? And what pulled him back from the edge? Stay with me, because the truth behind Axl Rose's silence isn't just shocking. It's the most powerful comeback story rock has ever seen. William Bruce Rose Jr. was born on February 6, 1962, in Lafayette, Indiana. His mother, Sharon Lintner, was only 16, a child herself. And his father, William Rose Sr., was 20, already known around town for trouble. The pregnancy wasn't planned, and when Axl was just 2 years old, his father disappeared without warning. One day he was there, the next he was gone forever. Sharon remarried soon after to a Pentecostal preacher named Stephen Bailey, who adopted little William and gave him a new name, William Bailey. But the new father brought religion, not peace. Behind his sermons was control, and behind his Bible was a belt. The Bailey home was a prison wrapped in scripture. Music was banned. Television sets were smashed for being satanic. The children were forced into church several times a week and punished for even the smallest questions. Axl once said, "The first time I got hit was for looking at a woman." He was 5 years old. That slap left a scar that never healed. At 17, he discovered hidden insurance papers that revealed a devastating secret. The man he called father wasn't his father at all. His real father, William Rose Sr., had abandoned him long ago. The discovery triggered an explosion. Axl tore apart the house in a rage, screaming until his voice cracked. His mother called for help, and he was taken to a mental institution. Doctors prescribed lithium and labeled him manic. Axl called it betrayal. That day, he said, was when he stopped trusting anyone. By his mid-teens, his anger began turning into music. He formed a small local band called Axl, playing covers of Aerosmith and Nazareth in Lafayette's grungy dive bars. The shows were wild, filled with beer, smoke, and chaos. Between 1977 and 1982, Axl was arrested more than 20 times for public intoxication, fighting, and disorderly conduct. But it wasn't until a false accusation nearly ended him that he realized he had to leave. After being wrongly accused of rape at a party, Axl fell into despair and tried to take his own life with an overdose. Somehow he survived. When he recovered, he decided to start over. At 18, Axl Rose left home with a guitar and $50, hitchhiking to Los Angeles. Life there was brutal. He slept on benches, busked on streets, and fought to survive. Violence and hardship hardened him, shaping the fire that would define his music. In 1985, he met Slash, Izzy Stradlin, Duff McKagan, and Steven Adler, forming Guns N' Roses, a band fueled by chaos and brilliance. Their shows were wild, dangerous, and unforgettable. When Geffen Records signed them, no one expected greatness. But appetite for destruction changed everything. After Sweet Child O' Mine hit MTV, fame hit fast. Guns N' Roses became legends. But for Axl, the price of fame was higher than he ever imagined. Behind Guns N' Roses' hit Sweet Child O' Mine lay a turbulent love story. Erin Everly, Axl Rose's muse, inspired both beauty and chaos. Their romance turned dark when Axl, desperate and unstable, threatened suicide unless she married him. Within a day, they wed in Las Vegas's Cupid's Wedding Chapel. What once seemed like a rock and roll love story became a haunting tragedy. Erin Everly, Axl Rose's muse for Sweet Child O' Mine, later revealed years of abuse, control, and fear behind the music's romance. Their whirlwind marriage ended in months, leaving lasting scars. Soon after, Axl's relationship with supermodel Stephanie Seymour mirrored the same turmoil. Passion twisted into rage, love into lawsuits. the voice of rebellion became consumed by his own darkness and emotional destruction. By 1991, that chaos erupted on stage. During a St. Louis concert, as Rocket Queen thundered through the arena, Axl leapt into the crowd to attack a fan filming the show. The result became legendary, the Riverport riot. 50 people injured, $250,000 in damages, and headlines that branded Axl as rock's most dangerous man. A year later in Montreal, another riot followed when Metallica's James Hetfield was burned by pyrotechnics, and Axl ended the Guns N' Roses set early. Thousands of fans filled the streets, raging. But even in destruction, he created. Out of the ashes came Use Your Illusion, I and Two, two masterpieces that sold over 14 million copies. Yet, by the time they topped the charts, every original member except Axl was gone. The band that ruled the world had consumed itself, and its king was left alone. For years after, he lived quietly inside his Malibu mansion. The house, set on 4 acres overlooking the Pacific Ocean, had everything: a gym, an infinity pool, and a private recording studio. In his garage sat a Ferrari Enzo, a Porsche 918 Spider, and a Carrera GT. At night, he would drive alone along the Pacific Coast Highway, the roar of engines drowning out the noise in his mind. The man who once screamed in front of millions now sought peace in silence. But behind those gates, Axl never forgot where he came from. After the September 11 attacks, he quietly donated $200,000 to the American Red Cross. He supported environmental efforts in the Amazon rainforest and helped launch the Axl Rose Foundation in 2024, dedicated to helping children and struggling families. When former drummer Steven Adler battled addiction, Axl helped him behind the scenes. He didn't want credit. He just wanted purpose. Then came the moment no one thought would ever happen. In 2016, after more than 2 decades apart, Guns N' Roses reunited for the Not in This Lifetime tour. During the very first show at the Troubadour, Axl broke his foot mid-song. But instead of canceling, he borrowed Dave Grohl's Throne from Foo Fighters and kept performing. The tour became one of the highest-grossing in history, earning over $584 million across 158 shows, including 2 nights at London Stadium that made nearly $18 million. For the man who once swore the band would never reunite, it was redemption. By 2021, Axl released Hard School, a track that featured vocals he had recorded back in 1999. Then, in 2025, he launched a global tour titled Because What You Want and What You Get are 2 completely different things. It began in Incheon, South Korea, before reaching Saudi Arabia and Buenos Aires. At 63, Axl looked completely transformed, healthy, focused, alive. During one show in Buenos Aires, his in-ear monitors failed. Frustrated, he kicked a drum, threw his mic, and stormed off stage, only to return minutes later and finish the concert with a smile. The crowd roared. They weren't cheering perfection. They were cheering passion. Back home in Malibu, Axl still writes music in his private studio and mentors young artists away from the spotlight. In September 2025, he surprised fans again by announcing a graphic novel series titled Axl Rose, Appetite for Destruction. Set in a neon, cyberpunk world, it tells the story of a half-human, half-machine rebel fighting for survival in a city of chaos. Part fiction, part reflection of his own life. The deluxe edition, signed by Axl himself, sold for $299.99 and sold out within hours. After a lifetime of chaos, Axl Rose had found creation again. He'd fought the world, his demons, and his past, and somehow he was still standing. From a broken boy in Indiana to one of rock's most iconic frontmen, Axl Rose turned pain into power and silence into strength. Some people learn from pain, he once said. Others are built from it. And Axl Rose was built from every scar, every scream, every riot, every heartbreak. He's no longer just a musician, he's a survivor. Because true legends don't fade. They echo through time, through speakers, through hearts that still remember. If Axl's story moved you, like, share, and subscribe, because some voices are too powerful to be forgotten. Thanks for watching.